Karschen Trenem present? It hadn't always been this way. Dark, I mean. Once, the land of Brianea had been known as light of the world. But that was before the Unluminated came. They stormed the Castle of Shining and killed the glowing queen and my brother, who was a guard in the Castle of Shining. The Darkest then sat on the throne of light, corrupting its beauty. That's when all the light in Brianea disappeared. Never to be seen again. Or at least that's what people think. Hi. I'm Karschen, wielder of the One Radiance. Karschen Trenem present. The streets of Dark Brianea, as most call it now, are always flowing with people trying to get from one place to the next. It doesn't matter that the only light source is the faint glow of the sun, which was covered with a thick layer of darkness. Our eyes might not ever fully adjust to the lack of light, but we can see a bit more than we could 3 years ago, when the Unilluminated first took over. We go on with our lives, living in the dark, being afraid of the darkest. Pretty lame, right? I wish I could do something. I mean, I'm the wielder of the One Radiance. I'm one of the most powerful people in all of Dark Brianea. I was the glowing queen's most trusted bodyguard, and I was on the Council of Brightness. Like, come on people. Okay, calm down, Karschen. Sorry about that. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Once a century, a wielder of the One Radiance is born. They have the power to manipulate the One Radiance, which was Brianea's life force. But when the Darkest sat on the throne of light, he untimely destroyed the One Radiance. But I found something. Something that was supposed to be impossible. I found the One Radiance. The Darkest present? Where is that annoying little girl? The wielder of the One Radiance. Why haven't you found her yet? The Darkest screamed at his trembling high Unilluminated. We know her name, and that she is still here in Dark Brianea. No one has left the city in 3 years, your darkness. You know her name? Yes, oh great shadow. Well, spit it out, you fool, the Darkest grumbled impatiently. Her name is Karschen Trenem. A wicked smile slowly spread across the Darkest's face. I will personally drive her out of hiding. How, your Darkest, sir? The Unilluminated looked thoroughly confused. I have my ways. Karschen Trenem present? My feet pounded on the ground, just like my heart thumping in my chest. I run as hard as I can, not stopping to look back. I just need to get to the cave. I think. I'm being pursued by the Darkness guards. Like I can wield the One Radiance, they can control the everlasting darkness, the darkness that now cloaks our once beautiful city. So as I run, I am having to constantly dodge, duck, and avoid the smoky chains of everlasting darkness that are being thrown at me. My brown cloak swishes around my ankles as I try not to trip on it. My blonde hair is now looking brown from all the dirt that dusts it. I'm breathing hard and the Darkness guards are getting closer. You can't run forever. The everlasting darkness cannot be stopped, one of them yells, throwing another chain at me. Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the wielder of the One Radiance. I yell back, trying to sound witty. Bad idea. That just got them angrier. Maybe I should explain why they are chasing me. Well, it's very simple, really. I am poor, so I stole a slice of bread from one of the local bakeries. I mean, I need to eat. Who can blame me? So, then the shop owner decided that one single slice of slightly soggy bread was a bad enough offense that he needed to call the Darkness guards. That's when they realized who I was. I know they've been looking for me, but I don't know why. So now I am leading them to what I call the Cave of One Radiance. Once I'm there, I can use my power. Almost there. I pant. I round the corner and see it. The entrance to the cave. I bolt inside and immediately feel a rush of power. The Darkness guards run in behind me and freeze. The One Radiance weakens them. And they know it strengthens me. How? One of them asks. Why should I reveal my secrets? I smile. I close my eyes and let the power seep into me, taking control. I know what to do, what movements to make, and the guards don't stand a chance. Eyes still closed, I start to move, taking an offensive position, when I hear a voice. "So, I've found you at last." A figure steps into the cave, dark cloak trailing behind him. I gasp. The symbol of an exploding sun on his arm. He's the darkest. "And I've found you. How would you like your death, slow with a side of painful?" I ask, trying to keep the tremor out of my voice. "Oh, come now. We both know you don't have the guts to kill me. And we also both know that the one radiance doesn't affect me like it does the rest of my army. So, are you going to surrender?" With his cloak pulled over his head, I can't see his eyes, but I notice his mouth creep into a satisfied smile. "I'm sorry, I think you are confused. I would never surrender to the person who destroyed my city, killed my queen, and decimated the light's life force," I reply bitterly. "Karshan, come now." I had to. We unilluminated are the only group of people that don't have city of our own. I'm sure you understand. Ha. Of course, you don't have a city. No one would want to live in it if you did have one. The darkest roared with fury. He started moving and I took up a defensive position. I watched him carefully and realized that he was dancing. A dark glow added to the brightness of the one radiance that filled the cave. A ball of black flames darted around him, following the movements of his body. I copied his movements, wielding the one radiance in all its power. Soon, a glowing ball of light was also bouncing around me like a tiny sun orbiting a planet. At the same time, we both shoved the balls toward each other, and they crashed together in a flash of dark light. Wait, dark light? That's impossible, I thought. When I glanced at the darkest's face, I could tell that he was equally amazed. I took that moment to attack. I lunged at him, throwing golden ropes of the one radiance of light around him. He fell to the ground with a thud, a look of shock on his face. I yanked off his hood and screamed. It was my brother. Isit Trenim passed? I felt the dark flood into my body before I even saw the intruders. I yelled for my fellow guards, but they didn't respond. Something is wrong with me. This darkness, it's doing something to me. I staggered, falling to the ground as the intruders rounded the corner. One of them looked down at me and said, "This one will do just fine." I felt the heaviness of a cloak being put around me, and a black symbol flashed before my eyes. The symbol of control. A exploding Sunday? Karshan Trenim present? Isit. Oh, Isit. You're alive. I cried, hugging my brother. What happened? Where am I? He said shakily. Wait. I scrambled away. Wait. You're the darkest. You're not my brother. Isit Trenim present? I'm so confused. The last this I remember is that symbol. And now my sister is saying I'm not her brother? Karshan. Yes, I am. Let me try to explain. USE? No. Karshan interrupts. This is a trick. A cruel, horrible trick. No, it's not. I was in the castle of the Shining, and then they put a cloak with the symbol for control on it on me. It wasn't me. Whoever the darkest is, whatever he did, that's not me. That wasn't me. I don't believe you, she stammered, a hint of hopefulness in her voice. Who else would know that your nickname is Kar? Who else would remember the time we went sledding down the hill behind our house, and you accidentally made a giant ramp that went through a tree out of light? Who else? It's me. Isit, she whispered. Yes. Isit. I missed you so much, she cried, running into my arms. Karshan Trenim present? My brother is alive. I can't believe it. We sat in a heap, crying, laughing, and hugging until I realized that the darkness guards were slowly surrounding us, holding knives of darkness. Close your eyes, I whispered to my brother. I created a huge flash of light that blinded the guards. They fell to the ground holding their eyes. Why? Why would you do that to my brother? Why would you use him like that? I asked. Because we weren't powerful enough. We needed a leader who could wield the darkest of the dark. And your brother happened to be the one we chose. One of the guards replied. I hate you. Not only did you control my brother, but you also destroyed the light of the world. I spat. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you don't understand. And I'm sorry that you are such an idiot, he answered. I created a bubble of light around them and lifted it into the air. For your crimes against the light of the world, you shall spend the rest of your miserable lives here, trapped for eternity. I said. Their muffled shrieks of despair were quiet, and I looked at my brother. Let's go home. Mom and Dad will want to see you. I smiled. As we walked outside, I noticed something. I could see the sun.